What's up guys, Steve again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. If you want to get into drifting or maybe an on-road car for 125 bucks, then this might be the guy for you. This is a HSP, I think 94123 or some long name, but HSP, it's a 1/10 scale on-road car. Basically it's an on-road car with drift wheels on it, as you can see there. Now the good thing about these, they're cheap, they're easy to work on. Here the parts are everywhere, and that's the most important thing when you're going for an RC car. It could be cheap, that's awesome, but if there's no part support, then what's the point of getting it? You know, am I right? So this guy, it's a drift version. It's just basically drift wheels. You can just put some nice road tires on there and be done with it. Good thing about it, it is like the normal chassis, the body. You can put ample amounts of body, wheels, all that kind of stuff, because I think it is a 200mm wide. So man, parts for these, even other brand parts would fit, like body wise and wheels. You got no problem. So if you're after a cheap drifter or on-road car, you might be interested in this video. Links in the description when you go check it out. But yeah, let's have a look, unbox it quickly and give it its first little test. We'll try it out on the concrete here later on. But yeah, let's have a look. All right, here is the box. Now these guys, High Speed or HSP, as we all know and love, have been around for a fair long time now. I think these guys are a great car or great manufacturer, or what do you want to call it, to get into the hobby. Now, you know, they have heaps of parts. The good thing about these, now there are a lot of cheap manufacturers that come in to the market and have no parts availability, but HSP, especially, well, here in Australia, they have bucket loads, especially at my local hobby shop, which Crazy Hobbies, they have heaps. But this guy, links in the description. It is from GearBest. It is a 1/10 scale 2x4 gigahertz, well, ready to run drift car. But the thing about these, they're not really a drift car per se. They're just a on-road car with some drift tires. Now, good thing about it, it is like a standard size body, so you can get bucket loads of different style bodies and wheels and all that kind of stuff on the cheap, and you can actually make them perform pretty reasonable. Now, let's get going. You get a well, that's not even, that's just a basic wall charger, Tamiya style plug. It isn't LiPo, but that all comes at a cost. These are really cheap. Now here we have a 2x4 gigahertz remote control. Does take the I've seen 888 batteries, but it is what it is. It's got your basic trims up here. It's got your steering, throttle and steering dual rate as well, basic stuff, and your throttle and steering reverse as well, bind switch. Now I've had these before. They're pretty decent, you know, little stubby antenna, so you can't break it off. And especially if you're getting this for a youngster, or your or your first time getting into it, mate, there's nothing wrong with them at all. And I stand by them, because when I used to work at Crazy Hobbies, we sold a bucket load of these. Easy to fix, parts were cheap, and yeah, let me know what you guys think in the description, but or down below in the comment section. You know, a lot of people complain about Chinese manufacturers or cheap cars, but they have their place, and like I mentioned, if it's got good parts availability, then you're a winner chicken dinner. Look at all these different models now. Depending on the country, they might be available, or they might be available. Here in Australia, we have a lot of these ones, but not some of these larger ones here. The most popular ones would be the Buggy, this guy here. Check out the link in the description as well for this one. I think GearBest sell a lot of these as well. The Buggy, the Brontosaurus, I believe it's called, over here as well, and this one here as well. Which the good thing about them, they come in brushed and brushless versions as well. So if you're budget minded, happy days. Underneath here, now, I like to do different videos and different budgets and stuff like that, just so people, you know, don't feel left out, because not everyone can afford $1,000 or 500 bucks. These ones here under 200 bucks might be a good option for them. You get stickers, all that kind of good stuff, and a lot of, well, yeah, a lot of stickers if you want to spice it up a bit. But we don't want to do that. We just want to have a look inside here. So yeah, you know, a lot of people might not like this, a lot of people do, but it gives people options, and as long as people have fun in the hobby, that, in my opinion, is the main thing, guys. So as you can see, it is based on a, what's that, a 350Z, Nissan 350Z body, but like I mentioned before, you can get so many thousands of bodies, thousands of different style wheels to make it your own and make it a little bit different. Like I mentioned, nice body Lexan. Yeah, it looks a little bit higher. It's like a Rallycross 350Z, how high these body posts are, but nothing that can't be changed. Sorry. Let's have a closer look here. Not going to be too in depth, but I'll take this off. Well, at least this wing is actually hardware mounted, not just glued on, so that's cool. So what do we have here? Here's a 7.2 volt, apparently it's a 1800 milliamp hour battery, 40 to 60 kilometers an hour. We'll wait and find that out. I'm not too sure how accurate that is, but it's a 540 brush motor. You got the ESC in there, you got a 2.4 gigahertz receiver, metal geared steering servo, plastic steering horn, oil filled shocks. It's a aluminium cap there on the top for front and rear. It's you can adjust the position of the body height. As you see, it was riding quite high before. You can pull this body pin out, slide that down, and you can adjust it as you want. It's got an aluminium center brace here, as you can see, to keep it quite nice and stiff. Aluminium pin carriers at the front, in the center, none in the back, and in the front, no, it doesn't, just has plastic. So one at the back here, aluminium brace, and it does have an aluminium center drive shaft. So you're not going to be going off-road with these or anything like that, but they do have pretty decent specs of what they are. This, I think, which is from GearBest, links in the description, is $124. So that's ridiculous. I'm just looking at it here. 120, well, let's just call it $125. So, get into the hobby, that's pretty damn cheap if you ask me. Plastic chassis, all countersunk. It is using, Phillips head screws, and that's whatever. For the price point, what do you expect? Does have some nice mag wheels, or road going wheels if you want, and there is your drift tire. And that's basically, that's all it is, just a hard coating plastic, so you can just, there you go, pretty easy. And I just turned it on, look at that. So that magic, there we go, sweet. So basic steering servo, and with these drifters, it doesn't take much to get the wheel spinning, as you can see. Give a bit of gas and they just start to no issue or no effort whatsoever. So you don't need much power, especially when you're starting out. But basically it is just a normal road car. Some of the extreme or the drift chassis will have mad steering angle. This is just a basic steering on a road car, just with these drift tires on there. So if you don't want to drift, you can just put normal road tires and vice versa. One thing I noticed here, it does have steel drive shaft. They are basic dog bones, but it is what it is. What else can we see? Steering or servo saver just there as well. Yeah. But like I mentioned, this guy comes in brushless version as well. So if you want a quicker version, go to brushless, or you're starting out, or you want to just go on a budget, get the brush version. But that's all there is, guys. Not much to it. Next up here, charge is 7.2 volt battery up. It's 1800 milliamps, sorry, and it probably should give you around about 15 minutes or so runtime. So let's get that charged up. We'll take it outside and just give it its first blat. And yeah, look, these aren't new. They've been around for a long time, but hey, it's cheap. It's another option for some people to get into, and you guys might like it. All right, now I'm outside on my deck, and that's not the best place to drift on, but it's the smoothest place I have. I've got the driveway, but it's pretty, it's concrete, but it's not the nicest on these tires. So got my kids' helmets there. Let's just see if I can go around them. First time I've actually used it, plugged the battery in, and everything works. So and don't forget those, I think this is like 124, 125 US on the GearBest website, so that's pretty damn cheap. And obviously you can put some road tires on it, and then you can just make it a road car if you really wanted to. It does go very well though. And these, I meant that. Bam. And just got to mention, the good thing about these HSPs, or I definitely know here in Australia, parts are really cheap and easy to get, plentiful as well. And a lot of the kits, a lot of the different cars, the kits, I think they're interchangeable. So you can, this one's, for example, the brush version, but you can also, the brushless version fits these ones as well. I'm noticing the wheel speed, even though they're drifting tyres, it's gripping really, really well on this surface. Pretty sweet. Whoa. Yeah. And it's got a 7.2 volt, I think it's 2000 milliamp hour battery in there, so brushed obviously. You can see it's gripping pretty well on this. So let's see if I can get into the garage, on the garage floor. Alright, we're in the garage. Might be a little bit louder because they're obviously out near the road, but this surface is a bit smooth as you can see, but oh, under the bike, try that again. Yeah, no. Got a lot of wheel speed that picks up. These tyres, obviously are not the best drift tyres. Oh, it gets going. Oh, get out of it. Drifting is definitely a niche. It is fun, and it's so easy to get annoyed with yourself because you know, it takes some time, but a bit of practice, a bit of patience, you know, you can, well, not master it, but you can get obviously a bit better at it. That's for sure. Yeah, like I said, this is, what, 3 minutes into using this car for the first time. That noise is just the body hitting, because these are, you know, they run pretty low and it's just a Lexan scraping. What do I do with this though? Get some different bodies. Maybe make it just into primarily just a road car. Amateur Steve. Tricky if this is a Lucre. See if we can break it. He breaks everything. But like I said, guys, this is so cheap. Good to have it on the market at that price. Gives kids or even anyone who just wants to give it a go to use them and not feel you know, worry about hitting it or smashing it too much, because it's only 125 bucks on GearBest. I'm not too sure about the shipping cost, but even that should be pretty minimum. And the most important thing, and I forget to say it every now and then, part support. Part support for these are everywhere, especially, well, for me anyway. They're here in Australia. They're easy to come by, and the good thing about it, they're cheap. And what's good about it, if you want to get into it, good thing about these, not only they're cheap, they are easy to fix too. Not much to them. Whoa. I'll tell you, yeah, there's not much to them at all. They're really easy to fix, but yeah, not much else to show you here, really, is there? But yeah, these, you can get so many options for drifting parts or accessories and stuff. Like you go to RC Mart or Asia Tees, I think is another place that has so much stuff you can get for this. Not for this one in particular, but drifting accessories, wheels, tires, and also like accessories like the bodies, all that kind of stuff. You can get so much. It's yeah, it's cool. Some of those bodies you can get are amazing. But let me know what you guys think. I'll wrap it up, bring it in here. Definitely a cool car. Definitely something if you want to get into drifting and not spend too much money. It's a great way to get into it. Cheap parts, easy to fix. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Link is in the description. Want to go check it out. If you haven't, please subscribe. Hit that like button if you like the video as well, and leave some comments down below what you think of these, and if you haven't, have you done any mods and all that kind of cool stuff. So cheers guys, hope you enjoyed the video. See you around, something different, and yeah, have a great day.